Worked at it, you succeeded at it, your tireless efforts are appreciated. We have what this city deserves, a brand new high school. Y'all feel correct.
It really was on me. I did everything I could not to do this. Really, the last time I did not want to do it, but Mark Skinner really pushed it. And we had a really good community group, and they really are the reason this thing happened. And it's not the first time. First time really was back in 1978, and there was like an 83 bond issue. It's really the 7th time. So there have been many attempts at this, but the facility, I think you're going to like it. It's very, very nice. We should be able to move in on, well, have school on the 12th of August. You're going to see a lot of little bitty details, a lot of little things, because COVID has crept into our production. So things like lettering, things like the G's, things like just the cap on the stairwells, small things. They're finishing out the luxury vinyl tile in the north hall, south hall, and so that's the only flooring that really is out there. There's 3 types of flooring in here. This is one. This is a luxury vinyl tile. You have the wood flooring, and then we have flooring. You'll see it in the kitchen. And it's an epoxy. Everything in the building, wet mix. There's no wax in this building at all. This is really, if you take care of this floor, it's a 40 to 50 year floor. So they're 2x1 strips. If one of them gets cut or burned or misshaped, take that one out and put a new one down. You've got excess stock. This space, one of the things that came up in the planning area, this is a partition wall system that we can take in and out. It'll normally be in. But if we need a big community event, we'll be able to open this space up, and you can see it's a huge space. Really, it's going to be very nice. Maybe if we had to because of rain, graduation. But this partition wall, when they have all of it out, they're fine tuning it right now. It'll have a mural on it. All the extracurricular activities, pictures of our kids. In the center of it's going to be the football team breaking out of the black flag. So. This is an outdoor eating area. It'll have a decorative fence there. As we move through the building, I move fast. The elevator is not inspected yet, and so we can't use the elevator. So if we go upstairs, just bear with me, and if I get way too ahead, I've got Jerry Davis, Brian Bowman, and Josh Barton. Miss Cunningham, I didn't push her, but the administration here is the BBC, so you have to be careful with it. They're going to be interspersed with us, so that if you can't hear me say something, they're going to be talking about some of the things and some of the reasons that we set things up. So just kind of give you an idea of the way we're going to move through the building. We'll go through the kitchen, go into culinary arts, and then we'll go across into the vet tech area. Then we'll come back and we'll do a couple of classrooms in the first section. But when you exit the cafeteria, you're going to look down a hall at the front door. It's a long way to the front door. There's that hall. There's another hall on the opposite of this wall. Then there's an upstairs hall. Those are all exactly the same. The academic wing is a 2-story area. This is all support services. So we've got the gym here. We've got the dance team. We've got fine arts in that building. We'll have an auditorium. We'll end in the auditorium. We'll exit out of the auditorium because we're not going to get the auditorium until September. So that section of the building still has a lot of sheetrock dust in it. I don't want to bring it back into this area, so we'll exit out that door and come back to the sidewalk. Okay? If you can't hear me, raise your hand or just ask Brian. Brian or Josh or Jerry, and I think they understand most of the philosophy behind this, but we'll just kind of try to, we'll be spread out because there's a lot of us. If you have a specific question that isn't answered, just yell it at me or come up and dump on me. You won't be the first. Questions? Okay, we're going to move. We'll come to the kitchen first. There's still workers in there too. This is an active fact, so you're going to have to watch out.
I'm practicing. You can see over me, can't you, Ross? Oh, some things don't change in the school cafeteria. Front door.
So they'll do the painting services. You see their classrooms still open, so when people come in, they'll work with them. And then the Buckeye Cafe, that little extension is part of that. So yes, ma'am. So cooking lab, cooking classroom, and we'll just kind of go around the circle. That's okay.
You said you could hire for a meal?
Down the road, yeah.
Wow.
Culinary arts. Culinary arts. Just go on down there. You go in there and look. Just make them walk. That's the cooking lab. This is the classroom. So we'll come in.
I'll bring you this. I'll bring you this.
So this is a. So I'll do this speech one time. Hopefully. But this is a kind of a typical classroom. They're about 800 square feet. There are different table setups. So in the actual academic wing, you'll see individual tables with tables for 2 kids. But most everything is very movable. It's real flexible. Every classroom has this area. That's really the teacher work area. They've got a Promethean board. You'll see that in some of the classrooms. It's a fully interactive 65-inch TV. So you can, it's a computer really. If the teacher's walking through the class, they're going to have a Surface Pro. And if a kid wants to display work, they'll either be able to take a picture of it, the kid will be able to connect and show his work. This is really, it's the teacher work desk, if you would, but the idea is our teachers have to be engaged in moving. So they can't sit at their workstation. So this is not a work desk, but it can, if you want to pull up to a table, you can just pull up, move it down, and we got all our tables in a way that I'm sure they're not going to be when the teachers get in here. But every classroom has 25 seats available. Out of the chairs, you can probably find one chair that has a black back, 2 chairs that are for bigger bottomed people. Kids. We got 1 or 2 of them in here. But the idea is this will move around. The whiteboards In academic classrooms, there'll be another whiteboard in the back. They're fully magnetic so that the teachers will be able to use the top as a magnet board, the bottom as a whiteboard. But pretty much every classroom is set up in this configuration. Different tables, but pretty much the chairs are that way. Questions? All right, we're going to move to the career tech area. There you go. You want to do this? These going well? Get better? They get close to the end of the job.
Hard to get your head around.
So this is ISS, SAC, for the kids that get in trouble.
Didn't look like the one you were in, did it?
So that's a computer lab. There are 4 of these in the building. So one here, one above, and then 2 back over here. So this is just an exit to the plaza. ROTC is right around the corner. They're doing a lot of marching, so there's going to be a plaza right here that marches. And from the other side of it, there's a fire lane that goes all the way to Buffalo. So a fire truck will be able to come in here. They'll be able to turn around on that marching plaza. In the center of the plaza, you see an outdoor classroom that's about 900 square feet. It's also outfitted with rods so that we can do motion, pulley systems. It's kind of like a small physics lab. Outdoor, you can do that outside all the time. I didn't do that backwards. Okay. Restrooms, boys and girls. Art room. We've got 2 art rooms. The other one has a kiln in it. This is a storage area. It's locked. How are you doing? I'm good.
What is this in here?
Art room.
Art room. Here are you doing? Come on. Hey, put all your junk inside.
Art room.
Yeah, pass it on.
It's not my room. Art room. Yes, ma'am. For the artiste. Not me. Not me either, but if you're an artist, that's cool. Art room. Yeah. Go look. You would have to point that out. Art room. Art room.
So they have 2.
Well, you know.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Here, I'm just gonna take
Yes, I might have been an artist.
Who knows? Who knows?
I did. Instead of doodling on the back of a piece of paper. At my desk, and that's what we do. Coming back.
Mark Skinner wants to be able to put food trucks in this area for ball games. We'll see about that. This is going to be a really nice, on both sides of the plaza, bushes and trees as you walk down. So you'll enter the football stadium through that.
Rick, will any part of the school be available during the time the stadium is occupied? I know part of it will, I guess.
This whole
The outdoor part.
Enter this, but then we won't open it.
Okay, you won't open it.
We have food and cafeteria type things. Again, so that covers the football. They'll exit this door down through here, they'll all be behind the fence. Everything is fenced. Not that they can't jump. Here comes the hospital. There you are.
And I probably would be. You're fine. You can go to the train. Where are you going? Oh. Gilmer? Oh, so eventually you'll come here. Oh, good.
This is an industrial arm drill. We'll do small engine repair, so 2 and 4 cylinder engines. They'll learn how to take them apart, put them together, make them work. In the second year, they'll move on to a V8. We've got a V8 on wheels that will come in here. We've got a straight inline 6. So the idea in the first 2 years is to be able to understand and work on engines. The other thing this room will be used for is small construction, minor maintenance, for example, electrical, circuitry, plumbing, and then finally robotics. So, industrial arts. The next room is what I call Sue Witt's room. It's the chili room. If you've ever eaten chili in an ag presentation, you go into that room. It's where they have their FFA meetings. It's called a multi-purpose lab. It's got all furniture. The welding lab is the same way. We'll exit through there and go through a small locker room because for welding, they can change places if they want to. We had 4 showers in the other building. I don't think they were ever used. Were they? No. So, but we're going to walk through there into the welding lab.
How do you want to? All right, how you doing? All right.
They're like, 29 and 27, 26 and 28 maybe.
Well done.
To do that.
So this is the welding. It's about 1,300 square feet bigger than the other one. We can put 35 foot trailers. What are those? The goosenecks. They can build 2 goosenecks in here. The other building, they couldn't do that. The other thing is in the other building, we painted into this room. There will be a 10,000 square foot storage building up on the hill that will have really 3 purposes. One is to store our outdoor equipment, which is what the old little field house used to do. The other is to have 1/3 of it is where we'll paint all the ag vehicles that they make, and the other area will serve ROTC as a shooting range, and it'll be kind of an indoor area for the football team or for, what they do the Buckeye Maker, it's a speed area. That's paid for not with bonding, that's paid for out of fund balance. Everybody got that?
Yeah, there's all the building machines. Yeah, they can do it with any problem. Something inside.
This is the teacher room. The ag people, we've got 5 teachers with 6 slots in there. They've got their own bathroom in the back. But we'll go through, I'll let you, one of my favorite things to show is the bathroom. So that, the other spot is the auditorium. But when we'll come up on what I call a gang bathroom. Greg Watson gives me a hard time about that as well. But on the boys' side, the girls' side, there's 7 potties in each side. Now, that's more bath potties than we had in the other building altogether. There were 2 adult bathrooms in the workroom, and at every end of every academic area, at every workroom, there's a teacher bathroom. So that's, we went from about 6 potties to about 50.
Teacher workroom. Oh, my teachers would be so Just another classroom.
Kind of like one of the barbecue will be there.
Closed down and the teacher can't get in.
She's getting better. She's so cracky. What'd you call it?
Ron has a place over
That's my Carolyn I was like.
Full-time job, you know, even up with your daughter and wife. ROTC. Teacher work for you.
I thought it was the bathroom.
Business computer lab.
I think they're ideal situations. I think.
What's this from?
So this is health science. Like I said, CNA, PCA, and EMT are the certifications we go to work for this. Now, as we're right here, just to kind of give you an idea, you just saw the vet tech lab. You saw the horticulture lab was over there. This is the health science lab. That's 3 science labs. Upstairs, there are 6 science labs, so we have 9. In the old building, we have 2.
So you don't give them any place to stand.
Tell him he's solely being.
This goes up to about 4.5 feet there. This is about a minimum of 50-year system. One of the things that we learned at the elementary was that because you can't tape anything to this, the teachers staple stuff to the sheetrock. So at the entrance of every classroom, this is a tectum board. You can, tack board, whatever, you can staple and put things in it. So we're giving them a place not to staple in the walls. Pretty much all online. In the classroom.
So I don't think she's any good for it.
Upstairs.
I could be wrong. I'm going to say yes, this is the last one. Let's walk a little over here. Yeah, put 'em up.
Run your center field.
So, there again, I said the tops have to come in yet. They'll install them when they come in this week or next week. The idea is the tall tables, they're the same table height, so you can pull up and tee off. Or you can have open room. We're supposed to only have 2 of these for handicap situations. We got more than that. We'll probably run into different classrooms, but too crowded. The other thing about the science lab, you remember in the other building, we had an eye wash and a shower, but we didn't have a drain. We do have a drain. The hood vented just up into the ceiling. This hood vents to the roof, what it's supposed to. Every science lab has a hood, but these 2 are connected. 4 of the total labs are connected in a binary situation, 2 of them together, connected by a prep area. So the teachers have their own hood to do their prep behind it. You'll see an acid cabinet, you'll see chemical storage, and so this area is a prep area and it goes into another science lab. Yes, sir? No, I think it's just a vacuum system. Another thing that we have, you have that, where there's an open flame, you have that. There's, in a contained system like that, it's not flush. In the old science lab, if you were a teacher, you had to reach behind the science desk, open a door, turn the gas off, step to the science desk, turn the water off, which was right next to the electrical system, and then flip the electrical switch. So if you had a problem, that's what you had to do to stop it. In this system, we got there's a red button over here, and back there where y'all are, there's a big red button that'll shut the entire room down with one touch. So they started doing that in the 70s, but we never.
Walls were yellow. They were that way when I was there, now they're before you.
They were still there.
Hey, so they would start class and then they would go. As soon as you're going to be another one.
Also, we'll look at a bathroom here. I take pictures from here, so this is on the internet. We can look back out for the fields. Kind of a little story on that. When the dirt guy figured the job, he just looked at the elevations, and there was enough dirt on the site not to have to buy dirt and bring it in. What he didn't think about was that the dirt was under the existing building. So there used to be a big hill that went out there. He used that. He used dirt in Iggy Barber's land, and you'll see that when you drove in, you saw it's getting raised up. But that used to be a pit that was about 120 feet deep, about 100 feet wide, and about 120 feet long, 100 feet wide, and about 24 to 30 feet deep. It's full. So they took all the dirt under the high school and put it back in the hole. These are the bathrooms I was talking about. You just kind of walk through them and check them. They're really worth looking at.
I think one of these is more than what we had in the other school. If you get that big of you got to pick something like that in the go.
That's really what
The other school got lots of them here.
That's right. It was a good excuse back then.
You can reasonably this kind of represents our
That's the girls' festival. Of course you're right.
Just like the bathroom.
Don't take much to impress some people, I guess.
I gotta see this, I heard it.
Before he got out of it.
Yes. Hey, Rick, what about this? I saw cameras, so are the cameras just in the hallway? They're not. Just in the.
I saw it there a while ago.
I'm just reading the side of it. It says saying.
I'm not familiar with that plan.
I'm kidding.
Slow down.
And they'll have, I don't, Mr. Barton, Mr. Bowman, you back there?
Mr. Bowman?
He assigned the room, so I don't know, but they'll have.
You got it all.
What's in this area? Josh, do you know? Josh in here? It's really not that bad. This wall is exactly the same down below. Classrooms on both sides, so all the academics are right here. And now he'll put like focus on social studies, science, fine arts over here. Gives access to.
Well, maybe we want it.
I'm not ready to go.
like a maze on it.
I'm probably very much.
It wide open.
This is the office area over here, and we'll come back again.
They did involve
Come on down here.
Because I walked those.
So they have to come down here to check out. They'll get with the secretary, they'll go out, they'll get to the gate, they'll punch a button, and they'll let them out. So, library?
But yeah, I just decided, hey.
So this is really, we call it a library still, but it's more of an instructional resource. This is a teaching room, that's a classroom. That's kind of a soft setting, you see it's more comfortable seating, but a Promethean board will be on the end, a 92-inch TV will be on this end, so that the media is going to go all the time. This is more of a hard classroom, but same kind of thing. This is the room to our, is that north over there?
Yep.
Okay, good. The room to our north it's a project room, really. It'll have two 3D printers in it. It'll have a poster maker in it. It'll have a large format printer and multiple small format printers. The idea is when you are working for somebody, you don't write a report. You're going to make some type of a presentation. So what that room is about, creating presentations and being able to do, you're turning your final work in a different way than the other area. So that's all. This is not a place where we store a bunch of stuff, because that's what you used to do in the library. You put all your AV stuff. Well, we've got the computers, everything's in the classrooms. This will have a cart, computers on wheels, a cow on both sides of this. It'll do that, and this room will have a computer cart as well. So we'll walk out this way.
Yeah, here in the seat. Look to your left, there's shops.
We still have.
Open your eyes over that mask.
No, they don't, the kids don't like them, but we still have.
Mary, open your eyes over that mask.
Poster maker, 3D printer,
Yeah, they still do them out.
different world.
Oh, we do. That are.
You know,
No, there's not. Not
no,
really.
you're short. You gotta pull it down.
Again, those are just classrooms, so we've seen exactly what that is. We'll do the administrative area. So this is a council suite. My normal track, I have on the track. Yeah, it's not bad, huh?
What did we hear?
Counselor.
No,
You need to stay.
You need to hear.
Nice. Nice.
All that Brandy's.
I might go back to doing it if I had an office like that. Counselor's office. I told you wrong about that pavilion. It's for alcohol.
Carolyn, this is county specifically.
All of their cameras.
What, they have an extra?
Russ, I don't think they spared anything, do you?
Well, I'd say that's a good idea.
How are you? Good.
Wash their hands before, you know what I mean, and then when they.
Poor man thought it was violent.
Aren't you excited about coming to the school?
We thought, I know that.
So, we'll wait on you.
This is the front, isn't it?
This is the front. If you're coming in, if you get dropped off, you're gonna get dropped off on the other side of that circle. That circle, I thought it was a fountain. It's actually a seat. So it's a round seat. It'll have not emerald stuff.
It'll be pretty, you'll have plants in there that actually grow.
So the idea is this is the main entrance. All the other doors, every door in the building, exterior door, has an electronic system that tells Mr. Bowman if somebody opens the door. It's got a camera on it, so if somebody opens the door from the exterior or the interior, you're going to know who it is. So you're going to come in this door. Those doors will be locked. You'll come up to the receptionist. They'll ask you what your business is. If you just need to do your business, that's a bathroom. So you don't come in the building for the bathroom. So after she knows that you have business here, then she's going to buzz you into this. So she'll touch a button, that door will open, and you come in here and you wait. If we need a teacher, the teacher will be coming. You'll wait in there. Once the teacher gets here, either in this conference room or that conference room, then they'll buzz this in. They'll have access to this area. But they still can't get in the building until she opens that door. So you've got to go through 1, 2, 3, 4 doors to really access the building. So the same way with this door. You can't access from there, you can't access from there. Those doors are
Just like TDC.
egress. In an emergency, you can always exit, but you can't enter.
Death row.
So the fire door systems, the big wooden doors that we go through, in the areas of the building, each wing has a double door system. They're magnetic controlled. In the case of a fire, those automatically close. Once they're closed, we can release each section at a time. So if we had an intruder, we can lock an intruder in an area. We can restrict his movement. He can leave that area, but he can't enter another area. So if you notice, all the windows are at 7-foot heights on the bottom floor, so you don't have direct line of sight. Outside of the library, there was a brick wall. That'll be an outdoor reading area. So there are 4 outdoor areas in the career tech. There's this one, then there's one on the outside, on the west side of the building. We're fixing to go in the auditorium area. They just exposed the ceiling so that we can see what it looks like and get a good feel. We're going to move through there pretty quickly because we'll just go through and exit out. But the things that we'll look at on the right is a black box. That's going to be the theater classroom. Then there'll be 2 dressing rooms. That's where theater puts on their makeup and gets ready. Then there's the entrance into the band hall. The foyer is small. It's small. We put all our money inside the auditorium. The auditorium is just this short of a performing arts center. And you'll see, I mean, the sound in there is going to be amazing. It's wider than it is deep, so it's more of an intimate feel. You're going to feel like you're close to the stage. It's kind of in front of the Civic Center. Where the partition wall is, it goes down that size. The stage itself is pretty much the same size as the Civic Center, except backstage. We took backstage and moved it on the side of the building. That's where our dressing area is. So we'll just kind of move through there. We're not going to go through this, so we'll go through that door. Questions? I've gone pretty fast. Okay. Follow me, we're going to do one other thing first. Really not that many here. Y'all are good. I'm just going to turn on that light and look here. All right. Nurse's office, self-contained. So, self-contained are special ed kids with extreme needs. Down syndrome. On the other side of that is the STARS room. We'll look at it and then we're going to turn it back around. This is John Shearsville, anybody here? Right here, move. All right, come down here. Stars, cheerleading, dance. So you can just look at it.
Rick, is that for a trophy?
Trophies, same thing with them.
So this is our farm?
That's a dance studio.
What?
The dance studio, the star.
Oh!
And you can't go in there, but you can look.
They just did the floor.
The stars, the drill team. This is their
No, you know,
Don't lay down. We've got an area up in the top that's kind of a walk so you can look down on the kids' games.
oh, that's a nice place.
Sorry, I was going to
Bill, this is for the drill team. This is the drill team's dance practice area.
That's the dance room and cheer room. Stars. Yeah, stars and cheer room. It's the theater classroom.
Oh, wow. Theater classroom. Gilmer classroom.
We always thought that we were the old school too. It was called the Black Box. All the rooms are yeah, I thought this was interesting. I mean, it's not that bad. Someone said that this wasn't
Small. back in the corners. That's where they'll do spotlights. That's a sound booth. Stage, and then the storage back there. You can enter on the wing. Behind the proscenium. So this just kind of gives you an idea. You can see the flat areas of where the aisles are. Kind of see the sound attenuation in the room with the move. The brickwork is when we go out this way, you can look at that brickwork. It absorbs it. So the space is better than that.
Yeah, it is amazing.
This in the bathroom. This space is completely locked off from the other portion of the building. We can have community events here during the day and never touch the building. So. The entrance in the old apartment. You don't need yellow brick roads and you're not already going. GPS system.
You don't know where you're going, but then you
I know exactly where I'm going. Especially with the flowing down in the stage. Ma'am? Everything except for this area. The rest of the building really will be ready next year. Sit backstage. So we'll just follow that sidewalk to the right.
I don't think so, but everybody will have to bring away their affections. Come in, they'll have to call. But there won't be anybody posted. They won't leave it alone. Right at this point. That's the rule of what we exciting? How long are y'all off from
Oh, no.
Whatever you want to do. Well, if it turns out not getting together, can you get it later on?